What's up, YouTube? I just got me a DMR radio today. I got the Radioddity or Radioddity, however you care to say it, GD-55 Plus, and I know absolutely nothing about DMR radio, so I went on YouTube. Pretty much what I do with everything in life, and looked for how-tos. I did find a couple videos, and although they were helpful, and I do recommend checking them out, they did leave out a few things that I learned the hard way along the way. So I thought I'd make a quick video, or at least my goal is to try to make it quick. And hopefully this will supplement those videos and anything else you can find online, and help you in your attempt to program your personal GD-55 Plus DMR radio. With that being said, okay, first thing first, before we even get to the programming, you need to make sure that you understand, have pulled up in the background, I'd recommend, your local repeater and or talk groups that you want to program into said radio. So I have my stuff pulled up. I know the repeater's frequency, and I know its color code, and I know its time slot for the talk group I'm going to program into it. And I know the talk group ID right there, which is 3118, time slot 2, Indiana statewide. So, now that you have that information in the background, just sitting there quietly waiting, go ahead back into your software. First thing first, you want to open up here where it says base set, expand that, click on set. Quick caveat, I don't know if this is the most recent version of the software available. I don't know if the firmware on my radios is the most up-to-date version of firmware. It's what I got. The firmware came with the radio, and the software just so happens to be what I downloaded, and I'm running with it, and it works. So that's good enough for me. If your software is different, I do apologize. Hopefully this will still aid you, because I'm willing to bet that software, although it has changed, it's probably not changed that much. So anyways, back to the problem at hand. Base set, click on set over here where it says radio ID. That's where you want to put in your DMR ID registration number. They should have sent that to you via email when you registered online for DMR. If you do not have this number, you might as well just give up now, because without this number, you will not work. Now, over here it says radio name. You can, if you wish, change your radio name. I don't care. For me, I just want to get you on there, and I just want to get on the air myself, so I don't really care about that stuff. Punch in your radio ID, close it out. Okay, now I'm going to close this tree back, and then I'm going to go down here to where it says group list. Expand that. Okay, now, these are group lists that I already put in there. But anyways, left click one time on digital group list, right click once, add group list. Okay, just create a group list 5 for us. So, list 5, here we go. List name up top. I'm going to name mine ISW for Indiana statewide. Okay, and then over here, where it says contacts, expand the contacts, click on digital contacts, right click, add. We want to add a group call. Oh, there's our group call that just created. Click on that. Now, group call 4, we're going to change that name to ISW for Indiana statewide. And then ID, this is where you put in your talk group ID. Ours is 3118 that we have pulled up here in the background. 3118. So we just punch in 3118. Now, this is where the software gets kind of funky. There's been many times on many different menus here that you'll punch in something and you close it out, and then go back and check it, and see, it just did it to me there. I punched in 3118, but it didn't. It will not take for whatever reason. So we're going to put it in again, 3118. Now, this time I'm going to click up here, File, I'm going to click Save As, just for demonstration purposes. And then down here, I'm going to save this as file name help, because hopefully this helps somebody. Okay. Now, we just saved it all, our work to date. And now we're going to go down here to close, and we're going to close out that whole deal. Now, and find our help. We're going to open it up. And then we need to go under our contacts, expand digital contacts, Indiana statewide, and see, it did not save it again. So now we're going to punch it in again now that we've just opened it, 3118. And then we're going to save it again. Save. And then we're going to close it again. Then we're going to open it again. Open help. And then we're going to go under contacts, digital contact, ISW. And it still didn't take. 3118. Save. Close. Open. Help. Expand. ISW. Fuck. What's going on here? Well, when it does this to me, what I normally do is I'll go up here, click, add a group call 5's created. So now we go in, we punch in 3118, and I'm going to name this the same thing, ISW for Indiana statewide. Now what happens when I click on this ISW here, that's the old one that just would not take for whatever reason. I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete it. And there's the new one, and now it's taken. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Just do it. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But it works. Now, sometimes you don't have to go through all the rigmarole, or however you say that. Sometimes it just takes. And sometimes when you close it out and then you open it up and then you punch it in the second time, it'll take. But sometimes you have to create a second one for whatever reason before it'll take. So do not ask me why. I don't know. But after several trial and error, I figured out that does work. Okay, now go back down here to group list. Expand it. Expand your digital group list. Go to ISW. Okay, now our list name, ISW. Now we want to click on ISW over here, and we want to add that to where it goes under the member. Now we close that. Close that. Now we go up here to create the zone. Click expand the zone. I named mine local over here, okay? But yours will say zone 1, unless you change the name of it. All right, so now that our zone is open, we're gonna where it says zone 1, or on mine it says local. Click on that. Right click, add. You want to add a digital channel. If it's DMR, digital. Analog channel only if you want an old FM repeater type station. So digital channel, we want to add that. We just added channel 6 here. Now expand that menu. Now we want to go in here and we're going to change the name of it. And we're going to call ours, you guessed it, ISW, Indiana statewide. And our color code is going to be 1, so that's right. Our time slot, this is where you need to reference your interweb. Time slot's 2 for Indiana statewide. So go back into programming, and we want to select time slot 2. Now, frequency, receive frequency for my repeater is 443.1125. Okay, and then for group list, ISW, because this is a talk group using the 443.1125 repeater. So click the ISW over there. Now, over here, this thing here, it doesn't work on mine. You're supposed to be able to punch in your frequency there and then click this button, and it's supposed to automatically add the shift over here. But when I do mine, for some reason, it takes this up to like 900 megahertz. Again, don't ask me why. Don't know. Just showing you what works. So, my transmit, we're just going to add 5 megs, so it would be 448.1125. And you can get your local DMR repeater frequency information off a repeater book, and then get your all your DMR information off of several of the DMR websites out there. Okay, so now contacts, here, this drop-down menu, we want to choose ISW, because this is the talk group that we're programming. And let's see, we want our power level to be high, low, it doesn't matter. I'm going to choose low because I'm close enough to the repeater. And then, let's see, timeout timer, I'm going to set mine to say, I don't know, just something in here random, 150 seconds, that's good enough. And that should be, I believe, it. That's it. Okay, now, this is where we need to make sure that everything is taken. Remember how I told you, sometimes it gets goofy and you gotta save it and close it and open it and all that. So we're gonna confirm. First, we're gonna click save. So I just saved it. Now I'm gonna close it. Now I'm gonna open it. Now I'm gonna open my zone. I'm gonna check zone 1, which mine's named local. And then I'm going to click on ISW, and I'm going to verify that all the information is correct. Name, ISW, color code 1, slot 2. That's all right. That's all right. And then 443.1125 is indeed the frequency. The group list is selected. And let's see, the transmit is correct. The contacts is selected. And let's see, the timeout timer, not that that's vital, but it is indeed the way I programmed it originally. So it took, so we're good. We're good there. So, and I don't want to add mine to the scan list, but if you did, you could add it to the scan list here. Okay, so now that I have all that, I'm going to go ahead and close the zone because I've verified that it is indeed good to go. And I'm going to expand contacts, expand digital contacts. I'm going to click on ISW, and I'm verifying it is group. Make sure it says group call there. The ID number is correct, 3118. The name ISW is correct, so all that is in there. We're looking good so far. We're almost there. We're almost home free. And then we're going to go down here to group list, expand group list, click on ISW. We verify that ISW is over here underneath member, so we're good there. 3118, we're good there. All right, so now everything should be correct. So this is where, up here under device, you might have to click on COM port up here and select a different COM if this doesn't work for you right away. Before you do all this programming crap, when you first I forgot to say this and I apologize, but when you very first hook your radio up to the computer, do a read and save that original read as original, or do not erase, or save it as something and set that code plug to the side. And then as you start to make your edits over here, the first time you do a save as, and save it as a different file name altogether. Never write over the original first read that you do on the radio. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, now anyways, back to this. So whenever you do your write data, you click on this. If it doesn't work, click on COM port, try a different COM port, but mine's already set up on the right COM port, so now I'm ready to write. Make sure that you do have your glass of sweet tea handy. Make sure that your radio's hooked up. Make sure that the little doohickey is screwed in and that your radio is turned on, and get you a swig of sweet tea. Okay, now that all that's right, now we're going to click on Write Data, and it successfully wrote. Now I can't tell you, and whenever it successfully writes, the radio just resets, just like if you was to turn it off and then turn it back on. Okay, I can't tell you how many times that I've had to, it'll get like 40% into writing and it'll just lock up. I'll just have to click the little X, close it out, and then I'll just go back up here to device and I'll click write again. I've had to do that numerous times, and you probably will too. Or hopefully you won't. But if you do, just know that it's not uncommon. So, and again, I apologize, I do not have a tripod. I'm kind of working one-handed here, but we're going to get through this together. So, we got that. Now let's go in here and see if we can't. Let's see, that's one I there's ISW, that's what we just programmed. So now I should be able to do a quick push to talk, and everything's good. So now I am ready. K4 IED testing. Apparently nobody is on ISW currently, which I kind of find that hard to believe, but I did do everything correct, and I am confident, so I'm just gonna chalk that up as nobody's home. K4 IED. Anyone have a copy? I had a brain fart right in the middle of that. Okay. No bueno. But it is programmed in there. And I am almost certain that it is programmed correctly. So it is what it is. Anyways, that's all, guys. I truly hope this is of some help. I'm sorry that it's long, but it is what it is. Have a good evening. Peace.